Welcome back to KSTV. It is Friday, and that means it's time for one thing, fact or fiction.
Keep it real.
I've never really thought about it like that.
I thought these were practice questions here.
Coach Cal.
That was hilarious.
Mark and I joined now by Bradley McKee out here. Now, guys, for people who haven't seen this, here's how the game. We're going to throw out some questions or some statements, fact or fiction. Last week we talked about Julius Randle, a dunk that he had, Marcus Smart. This is a different dunk. This is Shannon Brown, NBA player, played with the Lakers, and this is a dunk contest in Latvia. He gets a head start here, so he slips. He decides he pulls four people from the crowd. He's going to try to dunk over him. So fact or fiction, you should be embarrassed by this. I think it's kind of cool.
I say 100% fact. You should be embarrassed because you didn't even get. He actually got negative. He got negative height on that dunk.
I mean, I guess the excuse is, Bradley, that those stickers are slippery, and you could say, I mean, he can dunk. We know he can dunk. Is that an excuse, or fact that this is embarrassing? This is as bad as it gets.
Fact is embarrassing that he slipped and fell. Also, fact he probably had on some ponies instead of some Nikes, so that's why he fell. That's why he slipped. He slipped on those ponies on it.
Is he going to be? I mean, he'll play in the NBA, but is this going to be something he never lives down? That's the best missed dunk I've ever seen. We watched that probably 100 times on all the different angles of that.
I think the fact that people have to look for it, it's going to not be as embarrassing. If it happened like in Madison Square Garden, or if it happened during the actual dunk contest, he would never live.
It's a talk of Latvia. I guarantee you that. Everybody in Latvia is talking up. You guys can both dunk, and we've seen me try to dunk. It's not so good. Any embarrassing, like, you didn't even dunk till you were in college, right?
I didn't dunk till I was like a junior in college.
But you didn't try. That's the thing. You didn't even try.
I don't have any embarrassing dunk stories. Just just embarrassing that I didn't dunk until I was a junior when I could have.
I wish I wouldn't have asked that question because I forgot about the Eric Bledsoe show, my embarrassing dunk. Just forget that. Go back to laughing at Shannon Brown instead of me. The next one, Maria Sharapova, we all know is a great tennis player. She had a marketing strategy. She was going to change her name to Maria Sugarpova to help market a candy line she has. So fact or fiction, Bradley, this is a brilliant marketing move to change her name to Sugarpova.
Fact. Yeah, she's sweet. Come on, you gotta give it sugar. She's sweet. Look at her. I mean, she plays tennis. She's very attractive. So yeah, she's sugary. You know.
It works. I'm honestly surprised nobody's called her this before. Like a creepy blogger hasn't had top 20 hottest tennis babes. Click here, Maria Sugarpova. Mark, though, you like it as a marketing strategy?
It's a brilliant marketing strategy. I think Maria Sugarpova is way better than Chad Ochocinco, Meta World Peace. Come on, those things are fads. They're probably going to fall away. But if she sticks with Sugarpova, she's making a lot of money on it, selling product. It's brilliant.
Ochocinco was the worst. That didn't make any sense to begin with. I didn't understand it. His Twitter account's awful too. But Sugarpova is one of those things that even when they try to say Sharapova, I'm going to say Sugarpova. I've got it in my head, and it's hard to say. They ultimately decided she's not going to do that. Bad news for us because people don't know this, we did a photo session the other day. The candy thing was catching on. So we had introduced Gumdrops McKee, and you're just, Mark, you were just the box of nerds. So it was a little weird, but it's not going to work anymore. But we have these photos. I guess we can.
I got Mark's abs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can print these out and you guys can sign them at the fair tomorrow or at the fair. But,
this is nice.
You know, I like what she's doing, but.
If her name was like Maria Johnson or Maria Thomas, it'd be kind of stupid to go with Sugarpova. But it is Sharapova. Sugarpova's pretty bad.
Candy's what's hot right now. I just asked Gumdrops McKee.
That's embarrassing.
Now, over the weekend, there were a couple of personal fouls in the NFL. One of them happened in the Vikings games yesterday. Armon Smith, after the play, took a kick. He kicked to the private area of a player. And then, of course, the other one, Antonio Smith, ripped the helmet off of Richie Incognito. This is Antonio Smith right here. So he goes in, he rips the helmet off of Richie Incognito and swings at his head and tries to take his head off. But the other one is after the play, kick to the private area. So which one is worse? Fact or fiction? I'm going to say fact. The kick to the private area is worse than trying to take somebody's head off.
The kick to the private area is absolutely worse. However, with the name Incognito, he didn't know it was actually the guy. So the fact that he was swinging, he didn't know there was anyone there. Then the guy appeared. You know, he's Incognito. So I think that was right. Is that the right use of the word?
Yeah. I'm so confused. And Bradley, would you rather be punched in the face or punched in the crotch area?
Oh man, definitely in the face.
However you answer, we're going to punch you during the break. So you know,
That's awful. Which one? In the face. In the face. Hey, I'm going to defend myself here now.
I get punched in the face 100 times out of 100. Is there? I mean, in basketball, we've seen this happen a lot. And Chris Paul famously took a cheap shot. We'll just stop that. All right. Face. Punch me in the face. If you want to punch me in the
Yeah,
face.
I agree.
Leave all the other business out of it. We're going to get in trouble for that. Now, Darrell Wright is an NBA player. He has some kids, like we all do. He named his kids their middle names after teammates, Dwayne Wade and Quentin Richardson. So fact or fiction, Bradley, you have kids, and we'll start with you.
Yeah.
It's a little weird to name your friends or your kids after your friends.
Yes, most definitely. I think that's. I would be wondering, like, hold on, if you know the wife or whatever, she'd be like, well, hold on, what's going on here? You naming your sons or your daughters
Right.
after somebody else? Like, what's up with that? But I like the name of my sons, Ashton and Reese. They're very simple, nice, catchy names.
Yeah.
Chris or Dwayne, I don't know. I mean,
And you can't even get away. I mean, Dwayne, the way he spells his name
it's weird.
is specific to Dwayne
Yeah,
Wade and the way
exactly.
it's spelled. So, Mark, fact or fiction?
I've already got the firstborn son. It's DeMarcus Krebs. So I'm actually going to say fiction. This is not weird at all. So
Well, I guess now that Bradley and I found out it's not going to be named after us, we'll have to go back to, would you rather be punched in the face?
Yeah, exactly.
and I was also going to say Marquinho.
Marquinho
Krebs. But maybe not. I don't know. I'm still tossing that one. No, Clara doesn't like it. So.
It's strange. Like, I mean, I remember when we were going through our names, and maybe everybody's different, but I remember picking out, hey, I like that name. Oh, I had a friend named, I don't want my friend. And what's funny is my youngest son's named Will, and then my friend Will all the time makes a joke that he's the father of my kids, so which is always appreciated. Thanks for that, Will. Which he's not, by the way, just for the record, as far as I know, he's not. And finally, there's a basketball camp over the weekend, got some attention. The kids all went there, they had fun, and they had dress, however you want to dress day. So everybody wore their favorite basketball player jersey, and one kid showed up dressed as Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars. So, I don't know how you play basketball in that costume, but fact or fiction, Bradley? Proud dad?
You know what? That looks like Tremors. You ever seen the movie Tremors? It looks like one of those big worms that come out of the ground. I don't think that's what?
Yeah, I'm not a big Star Wars guy.
Yeah.
I'd be proud of my son for expressing himself and going bold and showing it. But fact or fiction, Mark, if young DeMarcus Marquinho Krebs goes to basketball camp dressed as Jabba the Hutt, you gonna be proud?
I am not going to be proud because he's there to play basketball, and obviously when he's getting dressed, I'm like, you can't slide, you can't play defense in that outfit. You can't
you
shoot in that
I
outfit.
know. How you gonna defend with those little arms? What are you gonna do?
How hot are you in that dang thing? You can't do suicide. You're gonna burn up.
Too hot, it's bad for your health. So.
Yeah, little DeMarcus Marquinho Krebs would be moving like Marquinho Williams on the court in that suit trying to get. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's I'd say fiction. Good for you expressing yourself. Maybe if someone wants to go dress as Jabba the Hutt to basketball camp, maybe basketball's not the camp.
No.
Do it in your room. Do it in your room.
Yeah. That's an awesome picture, though. Great picture.